This is Miss Brooks, and today we're going to be talking about the volume of pyramids. So far, we've been finding the volume of prisms, and we've already discussed that in order to find the volume of a pyramid, it's similar to a prism, except for after we multiply the area of the base times the height, we're going to have to find 1/3 of that, or divide it by 3. Let's take a look at our first example and see how this works. I'm going to start out by shading in the base of my pyramid. And the base of this pyramid is a rectangle. So just like when we were finding the volume of prisms, I'm going to draw my base. And I'm going to label the sides. And then I'm going to write my area formula for a rectangle since my base is the shape of a rectangle. I need to find the area of that base. So area is equal to base times height, which in this case is 12 times 6. And 12 times 6 gives me 72. So I have 72 inches squared. That is what I will plug in place of big B in my volume formula. So now, volume is equal to 1/3 the area of the base times the height, or we can do volume is equal to the area of the base times the height divided by 3. I like to use this formula because it reminds me of that last step to find 1/3. When I plug my numbers in, I get 72 times the height of the pyramid, which is right here. The height of the pyramid goes from the vertex to the base, making a 90-degree angle with the base. And after I multiply that times the area of the base, I don't want to forget to divide it by 3. So 72 times 5 will give me 360. But I still have that last step. I have to divide that by 3 so that I can find 1/3. Three goes into 3 one time, and 3 goes into 6 2 times, and 3 goes into 0 0 times. So my volume is 120 inches cubed. Okay, let's look at our next example. Now we're going to find the volume of this square pyramid. And since all squares are rectangles, it uses the same formula as it did for a rectangular pyramid. This time, my base is a square, whose sides are 4 and 4. My area formula is still base times height. And when I plug my numbers in, I have 4 times 4, which gives me an area of 16 inches squared. So I'm going to plug 16 in place of big B in my volume formula. The height of this pyramid is 8 inches. So now I'm going to multiply the area of my base times the height. Which gives me 128. And now my final step, I'm going to divide that by 3. Three goes into 12 4 times. 3 goes into 8 2 times. With 2 remaining. So I'm going to add my decimal and my 0 and drop my 0 down. 3 goes into 20 6 times with 2 remaining, and I can tell that this is going to repeat. So my volume is 42 and 6/10 repeating, or a better way to say this would be 42 and 2/3 inches cubed. Let's look at this first triangular pyramid. You'll notice something different about this one. The base is no longer a rectangle or a square, it is a triangle. So I'm going to draw my triangle right there. The base of my triangle is 4, and the height of my triangle is 6. Don't get the height of your triangle confused with the height of the entire pyramid. Now my formula is going to be area equals base times height divided by 2, or 1/2 of the base times the height. When I plug my numbers in, I'm going to get 4 times 6 divided by 2. 4 times 6 gives me 24. And half of that is equal to 12. So the area of my base is 12 inches squared. That is what I will plug in for big B in my volume formula. Okay, let's finish finding the volume. So the area of my base was 12. And the height of my pyramid is 9. And I don't want to forget to divide all of that by 3 because we are still dealing with a pyramid, not a prism. So 12 times 9 gives me 108. And now I need to find 1/3 of that, and I'm going to do that by dividing by 3. Three won't go into 1, but it'll go into 10 3 times. And 3 goes into 18 6 times evenly, so my volume is 36 inches cubed. Let's do one more for practice. This one again is a triangular pyramid because it has a triangle base. The base of the triangle is 7, and the height of the triangle is 10. I'm going to write my area formula, base times height divided by 2. and plug in my numbers. The base is 7, the height is 10, and I'm going to have to take half of that. So 7 times 10 gives me 70, and half of 70 2 goes into 7 3 times, and 2 goes into 10 5 times. So half of 70 is 35. The area of my base is 35 inches squared. Now I'm going to plug that into my volume formula to finish finding the volume. So we said our big B is equal to 35, and our height is equal to 8. So the first thing I'm going to do is multiply 35 times 8. Which gives me 280. And now I have to find 1/3 of that, or divide it by 3. 3 won't go into 2, but it'll go into 28 9 times. 9 times 3 is 27. We have 1 left over. We bring down the 0. 3 goes into 10 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. I get 1 left over. I'm going to add my decimal and my 0 and bring down the 0. 3 goes into 10 3 times, and this is going to keep repeating. So my volume is 93 and 3/10 repeating, or another way to write that would be 93 and 1/3 inches cubed. Okay, now that we've done some together, you're going to practice some on your own.